Mind-blowing fan theories about how Stranger Things will end.
Well, season 4 just got over, so we're going to go over some mind-blowing fan theories about what's going to happen in season 5, which I can't wait for, even though it's going to be 4 years away.
It feels like it's going to be forever and ever, but I'm excited. I read somewhere that the Duffer Brothers started writing season 5, so we'll see.
So this is major spoilers ahead because we're going to go over what happened in season 4. So if you haven't watched it yet, maybe skip this video, but if you have, if you clicked on this video, you probably watched it already.
All right.
So season 4 just ended. These are some fan theories. So nobody really knows what's going to happen in season 5, but these are just some theories about what people think can happen in season 5 after what happened in season 4. So number 6, Will could become a host body for Vecna.
Interesting. Final episode of season 4 calls back to season 3 when Will, Noah Schnapp, felt the hairs on the back of his neck stand up. So that's when he feels the tingle.
And it's always been like that. In every series, you feel Will has a connection to the to Vecna and the Upside Down in some way.
Right. Well, we didn't know it was Vecna until now, until season 4. But yes, he always has that connection.
Will's got the Spidey tingle.
He's got that Spidey tingle to the alternate dimension.
So that's number 6. He's going to become some sort of vessel or host body for Vecna. Reddit user accomplished win 9704. That's a great name, by the way.
Yeah.
Shared a theory connecting Will's revelation with his Dungeons and Dragons character, a wizard, much like Vecna.
A what?
A wizard.
A wizard, Harry.
Will is also fettered to 2 worlds, not to mention his connection to the Mind Flayer and his feelings of alienation similar to young Henry Creel. That's interesting. I never really thought of it that way.
I loved Robin when she was like, what are we calling him now? Henry Vecna 1?
Henry / Vecna / 1.
Yeah.
That was a great part of the show right there.
Okay.
So that's number 6 is Will some sort of connection to Vecna. Maybe Vecna takes his body over and uses him in the real world.
I can kind of see that. Or
for sure.
Will turning evil, maybe?
Well, there was one other theory. I don't know if it's on this one, and if it isn't, we'll talk about it, about some other theory having to do with Eddie.
Okay.
Number 5, Hawkins' gang will have to kill Vecna to save Max. Like,
What do you mean?
Is this really a theory that's going to happen? Of course they have to kill Vecna to save Max.
Season 4 leaves Max in a coma. Despite surviving, her heart did stop when she was with Vecna, and then somehow she became, it's not really told, but you assume that when 11 reached out to her, she was able to resurrect her.
Yes, it says here, however, it is possible they could rescue Max in another way. In episode 7, when Elle discovers all the dead children in the Rainbow Room, Henry tells her, they're not gone, 11. They are right here with me, tapping to his forehead. So we know Max is in peril, but we also know she's not dead. Her mind and soul may reside in Vecna's mind and could end up 11 to could help 11 go into his head and save her friend. So that's a theory right there, is that they're going to have to kill Vecna, which we kind of all know. They're going to have to kill Vecna anyway.
Well, is it too obvious then? That's why I'm thinking maybe something happens. I know we talked about Will being the vessel, but now maybe it'll be Max as the vessel. And that would, to me, would be really interesting. She's such a great actress. I can't get enough of her.
My theory is they're all going to have superpowers at the end and become Avengers.
That would be amazing.
That would
and
be
that would
good.
lead off to now a new age Avenger movie that we can all.
That's the next series of Avenger movies.
There you go. That's it right there. I think that's a good one, Bruce. All right, number 4, Nancy's vision might come true. Now, in the beginning of season 4, you'll see that she was summoned by Vecna, and she was able to see the future, or so we think, of what will happen to Hawkins. And a lot of it already came true. So this one I kind of feel will happen, that her mom will pass, her sister, and Mike.
Now, that's the one thing I would be sad about, is all of those people right there having to pass away. And there was a poster. So they did these posters for Stranger Things season 4 with each individual character. And I don't remember if it was on TikTok or Instagram, where they showed a residence or a house or some sort of building with or associated with the character on the poster.
Yeah.
And everyone was kind of obvious except for Mike's mom. Mike's mom had the Creel house as her building on the poster, which everybody was kind of pointing out that was strange.
Well, technically, I guess Nancy didn't say they passed away, now that I'm thinking about it. She did say, Nancy said They're coming into our homes. And then he showed me, he being Vecna, my mom and Holly, Mike, and they were all
Avengers.
fill in the blank. They were all dead. They were all Avengers. They were all
safe.
Yeah.
They were all in the Upside Down. Who knows?
Stuck. Yeah, I don't know, but it's a good theory. Okay, number 3, Vecna may get a redemption arc, and 8 could return.
So this is what I was thinking of. It could be more like they're saying here. However, if Stranger Things sticks to paying homage to the 80s fans, may see something far more similar to Star Wars. In episode 7 of season 4, Vecna, as Henry, tries to convince...
Pick that up, but I don't really think that had to do anything.
It was the exact same scene. It has to be it was the exact same scene. The way he was putting his pants on and fell over. 100% Back to the Future reference there.
All right.
And then this Star Wars reference where if Henry is El's father and he does have that redemption, or the Mind Flayer is Palpatine, so to speak, that would be a cool reference there.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next one. Eddie becomes a vessel of the Upside Down. So now I didn't see Michael Myers or Halloween. I didn't see any of those movies.
I've never seen them either.
So it says, in direct homage to Michael Myers at the end of Halloween, we know Vecna isn't dead. We also know he needs reinforcements. The finale included some soft resurrections, courtesy of El, more or less restarting Max's heart. Vecna may do the same to Eddie, turning the beloved metalhead into a D&D character known as Cass. For reference, Cass serves as a lieutenant to Vecna and uses undead powers similar to vampires, which you mentioned to me, someone said, right?
Yeah, a friend of mine on Facebook wrote this, and I thought this would be epic because everybody, myself included, absolutely fell in love with Eddie's character. He really stole my heart. I wish he was part of the show from the very beginning because I just can't get enough of Eddie. I just love him so much. So she wrote, so everyone knows the creatures in the Upside Down are portrayed as characters in Dungeons and Dragons. And the description of these characters are in the Upside Down are pretty accurate to the creatures in D&D. Eddie is not dead. The Duffer Brothers have said that you cannot die from the bite of a bat, yet you can eventually bleed out. It will not kill you. There's a theory that Eddie will become Cass the vampire, another creature of D&D, and Cass eventually turns on Vecna and defeats him. Cass has a significant weapon, his sword, as well as a shield with spikes on it, just like Eddie's trash can shield with nails. He also had a long tree branch with a knife tied to the end, using it as a sword.
Wow.
So this is mind-boggling because I just can't get enough of it, and I really have hope that this theory, if any of these come true, I am hoping for this one. Please, Duffer Brothers, please listen.
Well, listen, adding more fuel to the fire to this theory.
Okay.
Vecna uses his powers similar to vampires, which certainly makes sense for someone killed by demobats. Cass has already been referenced in season 4 during the D&D session.
Slow down. Demobat sounds so cool.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to share something else. If you look at the photo, Eddie has tattoos of bats on his arms.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, there was a screenshot where somebody shared on Twitter where Eddie has tattoos of bats on his forearm.
Wait, I've gotta check.
I'll link it up. I'll show a picture here so if you're watching this video, you can see it. But Cass has already been referenced in season 4 during a D&D session from episode 1, where Mike exclaims that Vecna, then fictional and miniature, had been killed by Cass. So maybe that could be something. Eddie has to come back. He's so loved.
Yeah, he is so loved.
All right, and the number 1 theory, the Thessal Hydra might be the next big monster.
Why are these so hard to say?
The next big monster is how to say Thessal Hydra correctly.
Thessal Hydra 5 times. Okay.
Stranger Things fans will likely remember the ending of season 1 when the main characters convened in Mike's basement. Greatest place on earth, by the way.
Yeah, I want Mike's basement. Like, what a cool hangout.
For another round of D&D after saving the world for the first time. Just as an earlier game in season 1 foreshadowed the Demogorgon, the game in the finale saw our heroes encounter a Thessal Hydra. Stranger Things 2 opted for the Mind Flayer, but fans could expect the Thessal Hydra to appear in season 5 finale. It would align with Nancy's vision of a monster descending on Hawkins. The Thessal Hydra is a dragon-like beast
I was gonna ask,
with multiple heads.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to remember what it was. All right, now I remember it. Multiple heads, eerie, similar to a monster that Will painted in his artwork for Mike, depicting them in battle.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. So maybe there's a big, giant Thessal Hydra monster coming for Hawkins.
You know what all these theories make me feel like or believe? That we literally need 20 more seasons.
We do. I don't know if you can figure all this out in one more season.
Like, really, I know that the kids are getting older and all, but I just think that we need to get them going here. Start filming. Let's go.
We need 3 more seasons at least. 3 more. Just give us 3 more because that's about 6 years if you go by the current timeline, and then we'll be fine.
I think that's fair. Other shows have done that, right?
Yeah, you don't need to just end it because you said. You can be like, you know what? We changed our mind.
Yeah.
We're coming back.
We're back.
So let us know what you think.
Wait, can I just add one that's not on this list?
Of course.
That I saw recently and I thought it was really cool was the idea that that in season 5 that we're going to be talking or seeing time travel, and that there's references to time travel all over each season. So for season 4, I know that Elle is writing a letter to Mike talking about how we're all time travelers. There's a reference to seeing Back to the Future in season 3, and that was a big movie at this time. And there are others. So that would be cool, and that would be a way to get back and save everyone.
That's interesting. All right. Well, they're going to have to do something with time travel because they're all getting pretty old.
That's also true.
All right. Let's end it there. Let us know what you think is going to happen in season 5 in the comments below. We always hang out there.
Yes.
And all the links and everything we mentioned on this video will be in the links below as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody. Never say see you.